and the aggression being a lot different this time around than the bi-weekly finals.
Yeah, and now they're going to see about the jitters getting removed here. We got some clips and highlights brought to you by Thunder Robot, born for gaming. Of course, you have to make sure you watch out this first Royale fight because Spider caught, Wufang with his pants down here in a corner and has Matario ult still available. Even after this case of the Keelan ultimate, Spider's like, all right, cool, I'm just going to mitigate this first one, go for pistol shots, and he has teleport ready to go here for the R&Bs. Goes out for the toes of the nose. He gets the elimination there. Wufang finding Aizen though in this corner over by this area. Of course, Wufang makes sure he gets a horizontal release and he catches it. But this is where it came down towards GG Shaw. We didn't get a chance to see GG Shaw really pop off into this round, and Spider finding a common armor swap in the middle of all this action, he still chases down the Leo in ultimate format, and he catches that parry, and he forces GG Shaw into elimination even after the second Auric sword was available for the spawn.
Wow. This is another elimination there for Fong. So last and final moments of game number one. F2 finisher there for Fong. Now it's Fong against Wufang. Keelan ultimate to respawn off the Aqua's ult. The V2 inside the zone to the cannon shot as well. Now, go ahead and avoids that Keelan dash. Catches the re-leap into the V2 inside the zone, winning game number one. And a beautiful showcasing there for DRG's Fong. Let them know. Y'all wanna know what this Aqua's about? Me? Guess eliminations times 2. Guess the damage.
We got the clips and highlights brought to you by Thunder Robot, or for gaming, Gamers United.
1-2-3 from T225. Off the halberds to the follow-up R&B there front halberds. GG Shaw, jump LNB, jump LNB, jump LNB, jump LNB, jump LNB, jump LNB from GG Shaw. That was beautiful showcasing there off the fist blaze with the perfect terrain to do so. TP to the R&B focus, catches the F right here. And this is what's very interesting about Matario right there. He caught the prio off of that. He could have canceled that ult and get another F right after that. That's how beautiful Matario is. But XY there, snagging up these 2 eliminations. I believe that was where he picked up those 2 back-to-back eliminations. Shazong and X-Shen going at it. And this is the answer right there. Shazong was on the tumult for game number 2. OGG's Mike with a massive parry there onto Fong. Catches the prio to the 1.0 from the longsword for the elimination onto Fong and Realm of Yang. And Verse picking an elimination. And now another shift parry there for Verse. Catches GG Shaw popping that ultimate there. Gets punished for it. GG Shaw not happy about that one. Still smiling though. And now WBG Spider, last and final moments of game number 2, catches 1 elimination, gets eliminated right after. This is our last fights here. Verse eating up the damage off the R&B from Action, but Wufang being the last one standing, taking our MVP, being our winner of game number 2 on the just
it to stay up. But we got some clips and highlights brought to you by Thunder Robot, born for gaming. Wufang putting out T225 here in the cave, then Council Core. We saw this in the beginning spawns, and the slaps came back and forth, but Wufang just had none of these, and that's just a quick action moment of a weapon. Now, you're going to see Verse coming through here against Wufang inside the Romy Yang. Verse going for that scare rush for the enhancement and catches that jump pounce into the V2, giving a full demise for Wufang's existence into that realm. Spider, though, against Mike, you see how that one hit R&B? He's like, all right, there goes armor. I still have a chance. Takes that second R&B, a horizontal. He's like, all right, I'm done. And he had ultimate, but
yeah,
judging by the purple armor, judging by the longsword rarity of noticing that damage, you know that there's going to be a chance for that ultimate to come out from Spider, just like right here, right? And we see Verse trying to grief out Spider, finds the R&B, immediate elimination for X in there, and T225 takes himself into a fight against what seems to be Verse's point of being. I think I didn't want to say it. I'm a little bit biased right here, but Verse get caught out here was a true testament in terms of the skill that T225 came out here with finger guards, coming through, and then Fong. Pain, sorrow, grief, all stages of grief just coming into things. He slammed the desk and then he accepted just the last stage of it.
That was actually a Raw Dragon. Raw Dragon to the Pokeball to the side blade. Okay, hold on. That was disgusting. There from Spider onto DRG's Fong. 65 there, winning the last scrap off of game number 3. But our winner is going to be no other than WBG.
Born for gaming. Gamers United. DRG Fong looking for the horizontal here. GG Shaw eliminated off the rip. I mean, this was kind of an early bases mandate 4-yard kill. There's the R&Bs. No gear, no style, right? But this R&B from Mike got the elimination against XY, and then X tried to look up against Mike as Mike was one hit. Even with that V2, dodges that first one, realizes that LMB was going to come out from the staff and mitigate it with the blue, the half blue. Now, of course, Verse catching Akame here, and then he got caught by Pace in the backline, right? So that was going to be the case instance of what happened in the mandate. But Mike, yoink, see you T225 later on, and that's where the elimination was for the V2. Pace, though, having the chances of locking out X in here, even though as much pressure was coming from backside from Fong, still able to find elimination. Mike here up against Spider, and then this fight was pretty much up until the skill set and then what was available, and then that was where Mike just came out and swung with the uppercut.
The uppercut there from Mike. Puts elimination onto Spider and Realm of Yang. DRG's Fong An elimination onto Spider. Back-to-back R&Bs off of this. So now just catches him in the ball to the R&B focus. Sends it, gets the damage onto Fong. Fong falls off of that for game number 4. Mike here. The last 1v1. Raw dragging off the nunchucks. Charges up the nunchuck meter burn. Throws him down. Gets the damage. Catches into the uppercut. Aerial LMB into the second V2. And could have continued looping there. Could have just swung him inside the zone with how low the HP was. But it wasn't even necessary here. New system. So, you know, like, going back to game number 4, I mean, we'll talk about it in a second. The RG Fong gets Spider, Tessa, and Chapman. Once it connects, it's a free focus attack there for the Tessa. As we saw there, Fong eliminated Spider. Wu Fong gets T225. T225 getting super aggro against Wu Fong, and Wu Fong with nice kiting, turning the fight around. Big parry down to T225. F caught in for the Justina. Snags up the purple nunchucks into the last final R&B there for the elimination there for Wu Fong.
Yeah, now Verse taking his roaming against Pace here. This is where Pace wasn't really going to have much time to survive. Looking for the dash LMB to the uppercut, grapple bump into the R&B, extending it to the uppercut extension, and that's going to be able to kill it. He still had that Oryx sword ready for stagger for the second part. Spider fighting this parry against Aizen. We saw that 2-point release. Better to be safe than sorry, especially coming out from the low HP and the combo breaker to be available from the Keelan. But Spider taking his chance here, finding the freezes, going for double expended dash, and then to a fist plate R&B. And then Verse finds shot with those R&Bs. Fong finds the cannon shots coming through here, but finds a fan R&B instead. Spider with a slam dunk onto Akame's forehead. And then with everything coming to the endgame circle, Fong just finding last hit confirmations. First for Verse with those crouch LMBs, but then with the Tessa and Champ proc, he comes back after his first elimination. And just goes for her last hit with that hit confirm, eliminating Spider and giving him that elimination.
Big games, Tessa used to be in the meta heavenly.
Overall in the finals, it actually comes out to Wu Fong actually getting 9. So I was just, or 8, I should say. But we got some clips and highlights brought to you by Thunder Robot, Born for Gaming. Of course, DRG Fong fighting out T225. But T225 already ahead of the game here with that jump LMB to extend out with the R&B release for a single point of blue focus. T225 on the same motion against DRG Fong inside of Sunwings. Wait a second, this is that run back we missed. And that's where T225 found Pace. Yodo, the sequel. And that's where Pace went down here. Pace is like, man, I did not mean to lock in Yodo for that reason alone. But, you know, we'll have to see how it ends up if he's going to choose her again with F2 later on or even F1. Regardless, so T25 finds out his roaming for rough fight. This is his 4th elimination against Verse, or 5th elimination, I should say, with that one cannon shot that helped confirms that elimination.
Spider, this was a crazy fight for Spider. Taking out Wu Fong with common armor, snags up the gold weapon, the gold nunnies he had in his hand as well. XY with a nice wolf form there to take out Spider. Tazan playing the high ground situation on the Matari, only with F online. Tries to go for the wolf form, overholding the F, picks up elimination there onto T225, but regardless, KLA's T225 is going to be our MVP, our last MVP of the day. What is that? His fourth MVP of the Summer Split with 24,000 damage. 7 eliminations on the board here for KLA's T225. What a beautiful showcasing for this man with 6.4k damage off the cannon, 6.3k off the fan, and 6.1 with the halberds. I mean, he was doing it all.
Yeah, and he was able to swap out. I think he had the twin shot before. I saw 2 cannon throws out here. He had 6 repair chests at one point. So that would be one indication where he's really standing in here. That's his most damage coming in from the cannon. Fan to halberd being the secondary. Not mainly for just for the Jade alone, but you know, having Fan just a little bit teeter-totter above the threshold for being the more damage in that field of vicinity. And it's crazy because I remember seeing what T225 being able to process. I think it feels like he was one of the first ones in solos this past season with Spring, where he brought out the cannon for more of like into the NBPL stage. I mean, it might have been worked out in the scrims and worked out in Immortal Wars outright into the games where the players here are training or just playing passively just to get some more